Hey folks, and good morning. It is shortly after 6:30 in the morning, August 28th. Today is the start day of the Bangsaen Grand Prix. And it is a beautiful morning here at Bangsaen Beach. Just finished my morning walk. I saw a little bit of activity going on down at pit row, but I saw a lot of cars under covers, and just some things starting to happen down there. So I'm going to go eat breakfast and get a shower and take care of some business. I'm going to come back and start a kind of a walking tour down pit row. Then we have some practice laps scheduled for today. We'll take a look at that and whatever else that happens along the way. So I'll go take care of that and be right back with you in a minute. All right then. And here we are. This is part of the garage area. It's all one big pit row here on the north side of Beach Road, but this area here is more like the garage type area. This would be where you keep your car, you do major repairs or minor repairs, but you do kind of repairs that will take a while on the cars. They keep the cars here overnight. They cover them up. They can actually close this all up. These tents, they can close this up overnight. So this is more of your home base, I guess. Here's a guy. He's got a load of tires, and he's pulling a Porsche with his forklift with a load of tires. Hey, whatever works. So then up here, you've got, beyond that garage area, you've got this big stage set up, and I guess this is where you go get your trophy or whatever if you win during the ceremony. And then over here, this is the weighing station. So that's pretty standard in motorsports to get your car weighed. Get weighed to make sure you comply with the rules of the class. You might even have a tech inspection and a safety inspection. So that's what's going on there. Then beyond that, you have this area. This area is the real pit row. This is where you'll stage when you're ready to go. When your race is coming up, you would come up here and stage. And then if during that event you had occasion to pull off for a very minor repair or just something that takes a minute, you can pull off here. Your guys will fix you back up, and then you can whip right back onto the track. You wouldn't go all the way back to your garage unless it's a major repair or something that's going to take a lot of time and equipment and things like that. So it seems like this is just a quick pit stop type area, as opposed to the other tents up the way, which are more like the garage type area. These cars in here now, I believe, are going to be the first ones up for the practice laps later. These, I believe, are the TCR cars. They are pretty much 4-door or 5-door, I guess, 4 or 5-door, 4-cylinder, front-wheel drive cars. We would call them economy cars, performance economy cars. Most of them have turbo motors or something. I don't know. It's never really been my thing. I like the bigger motors, and but this is this whole class of car here, various makes and models, and I believe they're getting ready. They're staged here, getting ready to go out to hit the track first for their practice session. So, yeah, lots of different makes and models and everything out there. But as you can see, the weather's held up. We really have a beautiful day for this, so they should be starting shortly on that. So then beyond this is the actual area where you enter the track. So this is the extreme north end. Right up here is where they will Actually, they'll blow a big horn. Sounds like a very large horn that they blow, and that's the signal to start. And then they all take off. So, and back up there is that black stage where we were. But I want to go back up to beyond that where we started in that garage area and go the other way and look at some more stuff up there. So let's do that. So here we are. This is right back where we started at the Porsche tent or Porsche garage. It seems like they have some of these tents organized by manufacturer. So like this is all Porsche in here. I don't know if these are all Porsche for the Carrera Cup or what, but it looks like they're all painted up different. It doesn't look like a racing team, different sponsors. I don't know. Also, they're not all taken apart. They're pretty squared away. Some of these other cars up here are half apart as they get them ready. This looks like the Toyota tent. Yeah, so I think some of these are by manufacturer and some of them are by like racing team. Some of them got Lexus logos on them, Toyota logos. I guess it's all the same. But yeah, so these, I guess the Porsche and the Toyota tents are probably the two bigger areas for motor company wise, because I believe they have events that they kind of sponsor. So these look like Lamborghinis in here. Looks like about 3 of them. I hear somebody coming up here. You got to be careful you don't get run down. Some of these guys come racing up here. Yeah, but I really don't think they want people walking here. You can see this orange fence. You're kind of supposed to stay off to the over there on the bricks by the beach area, but nobody said anything to me yet. So at these events, it's all the common thing. Nobody knows who anybody is, and you can get away with a good amount of stuff. This is the GoPro tent here. I was here earlier. They got a Ferrari in there. I was here earlier. It was outside. So here's what that looked like. Yeah, this morning early when I walked down to the end, I saw this. I think this is one of the sharper cars here. Got all the GoPro logos and stuff on it. And I don't know, maybe they had just taken to get it weighed or something. I don't know, but they ended up pushing it back into the garage, and that's where it is when I walked back up. But I just wanted you to see it because I think it's a pretty good looking car. And I think there's not that many Ferraris. There's a couple, but that's one of them. And then you got this Be Quick racing team. They're pretty big. So they've got these Audi R8s. So you can see they've got a supercar class like the Lamborghinis, the Ferraris, the Audi R8s. I think there's probably some other stuff in there too. But they also have, they're not here, but they're probably getting ready to go on the track. They also got a couple of these very small, like total other end of the spectrum, these like Honda Brios or something. Very tiny little, almost micro cars. So they've got like the supercar class and then this micro car class. But they're a pretty good team. This Audi over here is theirs. I don't know if it's an extra one or one that they're not using, but they have it sitting here like you can get a good close look at it. Looks really nice sitting on those those new golden bricks. If you watched the first episodes of the setup for the Grand Prix, you know about the gold bricks, but those gold bricks were laid. They took up all the old ones, they laid these new gold bricks down, and I think this car looks fantastic sitting on it. But this looks like one of their main cars, but it's maybe they're not using it, or maybe something's wrong with it. I don't know, but they just have it sitting there. So then this tent over here, these first two notwithstanding, they got more like muscle cars up here, like that's a Camaro, that orange one. But maybe these are just part of it. I see Bendix signs. Maybe these are by sponsor or by race team or something like that. But there's kind of a muscle car theme here, because you got a Camaro, you got another one, a red Camaro here. You got the orange one. And then you got an orange Mustang with green stripes, and you got a white Mustang here. I'll give you a little spoiler. This this white Mustang has an incident, so we'll follow up later this afternoon after the practice laps, and you can check that back out. But there it is right now. And then this Mercedes, I guess that's a Mercedes, and then another blue Mustang, which also had an incident. I don't know the nature of the incident, but that was involved in some kind of incident during the practice laps. So these are more of the two-door coupe cars or coupes. There's a Dodge Challenger, and another Mustang. So it's like they're kind of all like some kind of muscle car class or two-door coupe class. Not sure what the different classes, but I know the small cars, the 4 and 5 door saloon cars, and then you've got the muscle cars, you got the super cars. But I think you get a good idea of kind of how they roll here. Another Mustang here. They got all their tires waiting to put on. They've got their tools here. They really kind of made a little home for themselves for the next couple days here. Yeah, some of these cars on the other side of the road, I don't know if we'll have time to put that in this video or not, but some of those were like half taken apart. They also show you the drivers in some of these. That's interesting. I guess who's driving which car. But that's nice if you have a favorite or you're rooting for somebody. There's two cars here for this beach resort, a green one and a red one over there. There's a Nissan GTR. Yeah, you got a little bit of everything. Another Porsche. More Porsches up here. But I think these are kind of now separated down into racing teams or sponsors or something. I don't know. It's kind of it's kind of difficult to judge how they have these arranged in these garages, but I know like all the Toyotas are in a garage, and then they got the Porsche garage up here a little bit farther. I think the next one is like all Lamborghinis. There's a Lambo right there. Or was that a Ferrari? I think that was a Ferrari actually. Anyway, yeah, a couple more Porsches. I like this garage. They really got squared away. They got a nice floor in this garage here. A little bit better than the little step above all the other ones. That's nice. This nice material, that nice checker floor. These are all Lamborghinis here. And I'm not even sure some of them don't look like they have much of a sponsorship thing on them, but not like the other cars. But air intake in the front and engine in the back. That's your supercar configuration. So what we're going to do is take a look at some of the practice laps, put together a little montage of that for you. I have a pretty good position up there by the starting line that overlooks the straightaway coming down by the beach, and it overlooks the long sweeping hairpin turn. So I think it's a pretty good location. I'm going to go ahead and piece some of that together for you and play that, and then we'll come back. It'll be more in the afternoon, and we'll take a look at some of these garages again, and then wrap it up. All right. So yeah, that's what the practice looks like. I'll say from the outset, some of the practice was marred with accidents and incidents. That was our white Mustang we talked about earlier coming in on a flatbed here. So it's the afternoon now, after most of the practice is finished, and yeah, this guy, I don't know what happened. I saw on an LCD monitor. It didn't happen in front of me. It happened on another part of the track, but it looked like the front end of this guy was into the wall. So it doesn't look too major. Who knows? Hopefully they can get it patched up and repaired and ready for the events. But yeah, that was the thing. They kept having to halt. There was numerous red flags. They would wave everybody into the pits. There was fluid on the track. There was a lot of incidents. This blue Mustang, that got carried back in on a flatbed as well. So right now everybody's kind of licking their wounds and doing their repairs, putting in their body stitches, whatever needs to be done, and they'll get ready for the events. Yeah, a lot of work to do. So what's this? Oh, some kind of media event going on over here. I don't know if this is one of the drivers or the race team or what. This guy's got a little fan to be cooled off on. But anyway, I'll leave you off with some footage from Pit Row Live from earlier. But yeah, I gotta go. Okay, bye.